Word, it's Gangster Sean from Less Lethal for Dummies. Yeah, funny guy, all right. Glock17 Gen 5 from Umarex. I know I've been teasing you guys, long time coming, busy week, dog family problems, work, everything gets in the way, of course. Just gonna do a straightforward power test out of the box, unmodified, and see where we're at before I start poking holes in this thing. So let's go measure some projectiles. All right, so it comes in this nice hard case. It doesn't say Glock. The Glock edition case was a limited edition. Also doesn't come with this extra mag. This is a quick puncture mag that I have. I bought this because I plan on probably ruining the magazine that comes with it, experimenting. So you get the marker, you get one magazine, which is already preloaded with aluminum balls. Underneath here, you get a barrel squeegee, your instruction manual. This does not come with a an upgraded or a heavier magazine follower spring. It is what it is. So we'll see how it does. Now, this thing's been out for, I think, 2 years. Everybody's all over the new PPQ. I can't remember the iteration, but because it's optic ready, and of course it's the newest and the latest and greatest. But this Glock was always something I wanted. It came on sale, so finally I got one. I've watched all the videos online. We all know these things, they're great training pistols, but they just don't produce enough power to, at least, I'm not gonna argue that point, but they're not as powerful as like your HTP 50 or your HTR 50. So magazine, what do I know about this from watching everybody's videos? And these things have been around for a long time. This is a blowback pistol, so it uses air to blow the slide back. That blowback action is wasteful. Whether I'm right or wrong, all the air pressure, everything that makes this do what it does happens inside here. CO2 puncture is here. There's one thing that I have noticed is this dust seal, I think is what some people call it, is actually, I think this is the blowback seal. So the way this valve works is, well, when it's depressed, it blows air out the front, but it also releases air out the back. And this dust seal actually, when the slide compresses against it, blows the slide back. Very similar to, I don't know, my Tippmann TMC. We will get into that in another video. The other thing that I noticed is, well, okay, that little black bit right there, that's the detent. And if you look closely here, when you pull the trigger, the barrel, you can see that, draws back into the magazine. And see how it has kind of a scoop, but it's empty on the top? So if I am correct, that barrel draws back into the bottom area of this magazine, and that scoop that's on the top is kind of seals up with this detent, and well, then you have your action. But what I really wanted to know was, how does it shoot out of the box? So we are going to weigh up some balls here. I have 3 projectiles I'm going to shoot today. These are Umarex QAB, so quick access balls. I believe they're nylon. we will get a measurement on them. Now, not the best device to be measuring around stuff, so I will do my best here. So I'm just rotating around. It seems like 10.75 millimeters is the QAB. And they weigh 0.87 grams. So under a gram. I'll just weigh a couple more quickly. 0.87. 8.6, we'll call it 8.7. Alien Play, aluminum balls. These seem to be the popular choice. .85, we're just gonna call it 10.8 millimeters. Just to keep it nice and round. No pun intended. Oh, I gotta weigh them. Get in there. 1.8 grams. 1.8 grams. 1.8 grams. Last but not least are just some steel ball bearings that I had from, who knows? Why do I have anything I got? These measure in at, I was in the kit they came in was 11 millimeters. 10.98, 10.99, they're 11 millimeters. Good enough. They weigh 5.4 grams. 5.4 grams. 5.4 grams. So we know the weights. I'm not going to use the quick pierce magazine on this. I'm going to just shoot. I'm going to use the same CO2. I'm going to allow some time to warm up in between each projectile. So there's 8 in a magazine, and yeah, it's not the best comparison, but I think this is supposedly can shoot like 30 to 50 shots of CO2. So I think it's fair just to use the same CO2. And we're gonna start with aluminum balls because Mr. Rune Rebel, oops, I'm putting steel ones in there. Mr. Rune Rebel just did a test with his PPQ today, so I thought it'd be only fitting to start with the aluminum. All right, so I got the aluminum balls loaded up, 1.8 grams. The Glock is unique, at least that I'm aware of. The way that you load the CO2, turn this back, install your CO2, you wind up this little dial here. There we go, it's tight, and then you just twist this guy back and it pierces. Just like that. So mag is pierced. Air is self-contained in this, so it's not really, it is okay to pierce it outside of the marker. You're not gonna lose gas inserting it. Don't know if there's any truth to this. I heard you should rack it first before you put it in, that you could break the firing pin off. So for now, that's all I'm gonna do. Only safety on this launcher marker is the trigger. See what it does. Get me some safety glasses here. X-radar. Okay. Now this is a blowback, so it's gonna be, I'm gonna hold the X-radar just as close as I can, but not touching, because I think if I'm actually touching, it may affect its performance or even function. $288. $284. $272. Good enough for the girls I go with. And a lock back on last shot. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna reload with the QAB. Give this, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes, I think is sufficient to give it a, you know, a half decent chance of finding the best projectile, at least out of the ones that I have. And we'll go from there. Well, last time, about 5 minutes. These are Umarex QAB. They weighed in at 0.88 grams. We'll call it 9 grams for the sake of this test to make it easy to remember. Apparently it's dinner time for the dog family. I fully expect these things to come flying around in the shop here, so pardon me if I have to duck. All right. $350. It barely even moved the backdrop. $342. Whoa. $338. For my own sake, I'm just gonna kind of shoot down into the trap here just to save myself from chipping my motorcycle paint. Oh, and that's it, we're out. Steel ball is up next. Steel ball bearings. 5.4 grams, elapsed time, approximately 5 minutes. Last but not least, $154. Oh, and I only have 5 of them because that's all I got. Oh, $154. $152. Well, there you have it. Baseline numbers out of the box. Alien play balls, 7 joules. QAB, 5 joules. Steel balls, 5 joules. Now, obviously, the aluminum balls had the upper hand because they got shot on a fresh CO2, but well, here's the thing, guys. This is the first time you're seeing this, me shooting this on video, but I got impatient. I did shoot those 11mm steel ball bearings on a fresh CO2, and I saw as high as 8 joules. So they did perform better in another test, but 1 or 2 joules at this low power is inconsequential. Next up will be modifications. So the easiest thing you can do is a mag spring, a valve spring. Florian from Home Defense 24 was kind enough last Christmas, and he sent me a great big box of stuff, and in there was a valve spring. So that's what I'll be doing next. Of course, I will be doing a full disassembly of this to see what else can be had. I mean, you guys, let's be real here. These things have been out a long time, and been a lot of claims but nobody has put it on paper, on video. There's one fellow in the Facebook group who has, I think he got 12 joules consistently. Props to him. That's the first one that I've seen that even had any reasonable amount of increase. So yeah, we're gonna go through this, but it'll be a process as always. So just stay tuned and subscribe. Out of here.